Welcome, sports fans, to high school basketball. We're at the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, the 52nd annual tournament. I'm Bill Hampton along with my sidekick tonight, Terry McVeigh. On camera, Kim Stokes. And folks, I like to use this term quite a bit, especially when I think we're going to see a good one. I think we've got a barn burner Bruin at the 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. It's going to be a D-A-N-D-Y dandy. We're in the championship bracket semifinal first game. The Bernie Mules will take on the Dexter Bearcats. And the Bernie Mules come in without their big 6'5", Jake Smith, who broke his foot in the last game out. And talked to him before the game, Terry. He said he's out 4 to 6 weeks. Hey. And it's going to take him a little while to get back in shape. So hopefully by district tournament time, the young man will be back. What a great athlete and a great young man, and just a unfortunate incident that turned into an accident for him last night.
That's one of the things that happens in athletics. And he's going to be missed by Bernie. He's their big presence in the middle. He gives them another dimension that they otherwise really don't have. God, this is going to be a good game. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun to call this game, and we want to tell you, folks, that this game tonight is being brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Roy Owens Construction, First Community Bank, MFA More Soy Seed, 162nd State Representative Dr. Terry Swinger, Powell Supply, Thurston Auto Parts, and First State Bank and Trust. We want to thank those fine folks for bringing this game. Matt Kinney, Lee Jones, Bobby Godwin are the referees tonight. We got 3 dandies.
3 that have been here. This isn't their first rodeo.
Well said. Well, it's 2 Stoddard County teams matched up, and I want to tell you, we have done the 2 regular season games between these teams the last 3 years, and they have just been super. I mean, just a lot of fun, a lot of course, Bernie, they look to make their season by beating Dexter. Dexter thrives on beating Bernie because if they beat Bernie, they know they've had a good season. I mean, Dexter came into this tournament, had only won 1 game. That was their game before they came into the tournament. They beat Caruthersville. And Bernie had only lost 1 game. And Dexter now seems to have momentum going as they beat East Prairie in the first game of the tournament, or their first game of the tournament, turned around and beat a very strong Puxico team very handedly in the quarterfinals night. Bernie reaches this game by beating East Carter and beating a good Bloomfield team. So now we're meeting here. And again, like I say, the only thing Bernie has got to do, and they played without Jake Smith for 3 3/4 of that game against Bloomfield, and still look very well.
Well, they're a good team. They're a deep team. They don't rely on 1 or 2 players to score for them. They've had 3 guys scoring in double figures the last couple of games with Welch, Stevens, and McCowan. Dexter. Their big score so far in this tournament. Bowman, he has 39 points, and 33 of those points are on three-pointers. He's made 11 three-pointers. Bernie's going to need to shoot three-pointer better than they have. They put up. That's a good part. That's a big part of their offense is the three-point play. The first 2 games of this tournament, they've only made 5, so they've made half of the number of the three-pointers that Bowman's made by himself for Dexter.
Well, John Bowman can shoot the eyes out of it. We're getting ready for the starting lineups. For the Dexter Bearcats, they'll be dressed in black tonight. They're the visitors. Rob Nichols is the head coach. Sean Geatley is the assistant. I'm looking for the matchup tonight between Starling and Welch. The 2 guards, very, very quick.
They're both very quick. I'll give Welch the edge. That's the one thing Dexter doesn't have that Bernie has is Jake Welch.
Drew Kelly, a 5'11 senior, wears number 3, gets a start for Dexter. Number 4, Luciano Starling, 6'1 junior. He's a
slasher.
Foreign exchange student, yes.
He slashes to the basket.
Number 5, a 6'3 junior, Ryan Wyndham. Number 21, a 6'3 sophomore, Alan Flanagan. And number 24, the shooter on the team, the 6'1 junior, John Bowman. That's the starting lineup for the Dexter Bearcats. Now for the number 1 seed, Bernie Mules. Brad Botch, the coach, Jason Long and Darren Shipman, the assistants. Number 12, Jake Welch, a 5'9 junior. Number 22, a 6-foot junior, Jake Owens. Number 31, a 6'2 senior, Zach Curry. Number 40, a 6'1 senior, Daniel Becking. And number 44, a 6'2 sophomore, Jordan McGowan. Strap it in, folks. Get you a diet soda and a bag of popcorn, because we're seeing it live, you're seeing it tape, but it's going to be fun.
We're going to have ourselves a time.
This is what it's all about right here. Nothing but
packed house.
Oh,
packed house in the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. What a way to bring in a year.
And the air conditioner's off.
It's comfortable now.
It's very comfortable. Alan Flanagan and Zach Curry will jump center for the respective teams. Matt Kinney will toss the ball up. Folks, 32 minutes of regulation, and if we still need more, we've got more time to put on the clock. Here we go. Flanagan gets the tip back to Kelly. Bernie will open in a man-to-man. Flanagan in the corner, or Wyndham in the corner. Kelly for three, short, rebound by Welch. Welch with the rebound. We talk about his size, how many rebounds he gets. Welch drives, nice pass off to Curry. Curry has a shot blocked out of bounds.
One of the things we talked about in the last game that we did was court awareness. And Jake Welch has had court awareness since he was a freshman.
Zach Curry puts up a shot, misses. Kelly with the rebound. Dexter going to go down the court in a controlled break.
Might have been a double dribble. It was.
Starling had the ball slip out of his hands. He picked it up and started dribbling again. Turnover on the Bearcats. No score, just underway. Kelly on Welch. They're playing a matchup. We've got our first whistle.
Drag the foot.
Turnover on Jake Welch. Welch on Starling. That's going to be a good matchup. Quickness against quickness.
Starling's a good slasher to the basket.
Owens on Bowman. Wyndham has it go off his foot, but it goes right to Flanagan. Flanagan, a turnaround, will not go. Rebound by Curry. Curry gets it over to Welch. Welch quickly down to Owens. Owens tries to go inside. He's going to be fouled by Ryan Wyndham. The first foul of the game. Bernie will inbound under their own basket with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. No score. Curry will set the play. Out to McGowan. To Owens.
Dexter's in the zone.
Curry going to work the baseline, scores it. Zach Curry with a big move. Curry's going to have to step up. I think he knows that with Smith on the bench. Curry can play big.
He sure did in this tournament last year.
Yes. Starling for three. No good. Rebounded on the floor by Curry as Owens tipped the ball to him.
Bernie's trying to spread the floor a little bit off the zone.
Welch with a shot from the baseline will not go. Kelly has it.
Foul in the backcourt. You don't want those.
Welch with a holding call against him. 6:07 to go. 2-0. Mules on top of the Bearcats. Very low scoring, but I still think it's going to pick up.
It's going to be an 80-point game. And I'm talking about one team.
Oh, okay. We'll write that down. We got a travel call. Too many steps on Drew Kelly.
Dexter's second turnover.
Becking inbounds to Welch. Welch working against Starling. Now this is a good matchup right here. Both guys very quick. They'll both be wanting to take a shower when the game's over. Whoa, Jordan McGowan from downtown Bloomfield knocks it down for three. McGowan can do it.
If Bernie can hit the threes, Bernie's going to have a big advantage.
And they're going to have to shut Bowman down with his threes. Charge foul on Starling.
Good defensive position by McCowan on that. held his ground. Again, Starling slashed to the bucket real well, but he's just a little bit out of control on that one.
Starling's first foul, team's second.
Dexter trying to little zone press.
Kind of bothering Bernie. They're taking their time with it, and that's what you've got to do against a press. You can't get in a hurry. Welch to Curry. Curry's going to drive in. Gets the ball to Becking. Nice pass. Becking with his first two.
Good ball movement. Good spacing by Bernie.
7-0. We've got a walking call on Starling. What defense by Jake Owens.
Jake Owens caused that turnover.
That's right. We got timeout on the floor with 5:07 to go in the first quarter. It's a Bernie Mule 7, Dexter Bearcats nothing. This game brought to you by Powell Supply, located at 1118 Nina Street in Dexter. It is the place for all your electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. Call 624-7441. That's Powell Supply in Dexter. Thurston Auto Parts, located at 416 West Business 60 in Dexter. Say we sell parts, we give service. Phone 624-3474. That's Thurston Auto Parts in Dexter. What do you have for us, Terry?
Well, the Bernie defense has already caused 4 turnovers by Dexter. Dexter really hasn't had a good shot. Dexter's going to have to shoot three, shoot well. Bowman has been their big shooter. He doesn't have a look. It's the Bernie defense is the story of this game so far.
Owens is on him like a glove on a hand.
That's right.
And he is playing him tight. And that matchup is going to have to change for Bowman. I mean, he's going to have to shake himself. They're going to have to screen for him to get him open. McGowan in the corner for three, short. Rebounded by Owens, tips it out to Welch. Welch underneath the Becking. Becking with a pump fake, puts it up, scores it. Daniel Becking with his second bucket. He's filling in for the injured Jake Smith. 9-0, Bernie on top. Kelly with a drive, scores it. Drew Kelly with a nice drive there.
Yeah, with the type of defense Bernie plays, if you can get past the first man, you can't get to the bucket. There's Welch doing the same thing.
What a
nice play.
Tell you what, the young man has had a tournament, hasn't he?
Well, he gets over, bobbles the ball, and then puts it up with his left hand, controls it well. He knows where he is on the court.
John Bowman for 15 for his first two. 11-4, 4:13 to go. This game has really picked up. It's from the corner. Write it down. Got the Blues. Is this Bud or is this Bud?
Okay.
14-4.
Bernie's 2 for 3 from the 3. We said they needed to do that.
Yep. Kelly, we're going to have a holding foul on Zach Curry.
That's a quick first step by Drew Kelly to get by Curry that quickly.
Quentin Stevens in for Owens. Starling out for the Dexter Bearcats. Coming in for him is Gary Summers.
And there, Quentin Stevens comes off the bench, and this is one of their leading scorers.
Yes, he's a tremendous shooter. Bowman for a long three, short. Welch lets the ball go out of bounds. Smart play. Bernie will inbound from the sideline. 14-4 with 3:50 to go.
And we talked about all the threes that Bowman made. You said that was a long three. That's a normal three for him.
Okay.
I mean,
you're right.
He's back out past where the college, certainly past where the college line would be.
Curry has a ball stripped by Bowman. Kelly comes away with it, gets it to Wyndham. Wyndham with a nice bounce pass to Summers. He scores it. Beautiful pass that time by Ryan Wyndham.
Wyndham put the bounce pass right on his chest.
14-6. Stevens with the ball. Drives the baseline. Tries to hit Becking with it. Summers comes away with it. Dexter on the run. Summers going to take it coast to coast. Scores it. He missed it. But Kelly with the rebound has it blocked. 14-6 with 3:10 to go in the first period.
Jordan McGowan's had a good first quarter.
The young man has stepped up, hasn't he? McGowan with the ball. Has it
poke out
off of Curry's knee, but it's going to be called out all Dexter. Owens back in. Stevens out.
Timeout, Bernie.
We've got a timeout on the floor with the Bernie Mules on top of the Dexter Bearcats. 14-6 with 3:01 to go. We want to tell you tonight's game brought to you by First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. They support our high school athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, teachers, administrators, and fans. Have a great 52nd Bloomfield tournament. That's the First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. Phone 624-3919. What do you think, Terry?
Well, I thought that was a good timeout by Coach Bosch. Dexter's starting to get the rhythm. They hadn't gone on a real hard run, but he called the timeout before they did. Most of the time, coaches will wait until after they've scored 8 or 10 points before they call the timeout to stop the momentum. He felt the momentum was starting to go with Dexter's way and calls a timeout then.
Well, that's everything I thought it would be so far.
Oh, yes.
Very fast-paced. Both teams playing hard. The fans love it. They're into it. Officials are working hard. Coaches are working hard. It's just
Putting Stevens back in.
Yep. Stevens drives, puts up a shot. Bounces off the top of the backboard. It's out of bounds. Ball will turn over to the Dexter Bearcats.
Bernie applying some token pressure, really just to kind of slow things up.
Owens now is on Kelly. Flanagan
Nice
with a power move underneath. Couldn't
Nice
get it to
spin
go.
move.
Rebounded out to Kelly. Kelly puts it up, scores it. Drew Kelly with his second basket of the quarter, 14-8. Bowman is out right now, and in for him is Jared Stevens for the Bearcats.
Oh, what a nice
Stevens.
play by Jake Welch.
What a nice pass, a nice assist to Stevens.
Jake Welch broke a couple of ankles and got the assist.
Summers was
And it
working
wasn't
hard
his
on
ankles.
him. Stevens puts it up, and we're going to have a walking call. Zach Curry back in. Daniel Becking out for the Mules. 2:06 to go in this first period of play. Bernie 16, Dexter 8. Welch did a heck of a job. Summers was all over him, and then he fell.
Yeah, he was playing good defense.
Oh,
he
excellent.
had his feet moving, and Welch, a couple of crossovers, and got the assist.
Owens with the drive down to the baseline, pulls it up, gets it into McGowan. McGowan squares up, puts it up, will not go. Rebounded that time by Stevens of the Bearcats. Kelly pushing it down the floor to Wyndham. Wyndham, tried to hit a bounce pass. McGowan with the takeaway, and he's going to be called for walking.
Yep. Just couldn't gather that and his back foot.
Coming in for the Bearcats is Brandon Stoker. Going out is Drew Kelly. Stoker with the ball. Brings it into the front court. Wyndham has it, working against Curry. Bernie with another takeaway. Stevens with it, pushing it down the floor fast. Gives it to Curry. Curry to Owens. Owens puts it up, can't get it to go. He was off balance. Stoker with a rebound. Stoker almost has it stripped. He gets it back, gets it to Flanagan. To Stoker
He's
for
open.
three. Scores it.
Hits it. That's
Brandon
Dexter's
Stoker.
first three.
16-11. Bernie up by 5.
He was left open for a minute, and they got him the ball.
Oh,
Nice.
what a nice dish.
Nice
my.
dish from Jake Welch.
Oh. Boy, is he something.
Can we talk about court awareness some more? He knows where he is.
There is a steal.
He'll score 3. Nope.
But a tip put back by Jake Owens. Owens with 5. Quickly down the floor. The Dexter Bearcats. Shot put up that time by Stevens. Goes out of bounds. 20-11. Mules on top with 31 seconds to go. Becking in along with Jeremy Walker and Ethan Allen for the Mules. John Bowman back in for the Bearcats.
What a sequence. Bernie follows up a missed layup with the tip in. Dexter has a breakaway, and Bernie ends up with the ball.
Yep. Very quick, wasn't it?
Very quick.
Notice what Coach Botch did. He did some substituting there. They're going to get at least 30 seconds plus a minute.
That.
Yeah. They're going to get a big blow over there. Those three guys have been going hard.
Yeah, that way he's going to give him about a minute and a half.
Flanagan using his weight, and he walks.
It's a walk. It was a good, strong move, but he just took one extra step.
Yep. Taylor Gerald coming in for Alan Flanagan. Jake Welch back in for Ethan Allen. Jordan McGowan getting ready to come back in the game. He's coming in for Jake Owens. 10 seconds to go in this quarter. Bernie up by 9. Dexter falls back from the press. Welch has it. Drives in, and he's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on number 12, I believe. Jared Stevens, his first, team's third.
It's on the floor. Bernie inbound, 6 seconds to go. probably wants something to Welch. He'll put the three up.
Scores it.
My God.
Long shot at the horn. Had a chance to go. That was Brandon Stoker. That ends the first period of play. The Bernie Mules 23, the Dexter Bearcats 11. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden. Terry, what a great first quarter of basketball.
Well, we knew it was going to be. We knew it was going to be high energy. We knew it was going to be good basketball. And one of the things we pointed out and talked about early on is the one thing that Dexter doesn't have is Jake Welch.
Well, Welch is definitely the catalyst of the Bernie team. As he goes, so Bernie goes.
That three that he made right at the end of the first quarter, that gives Bernie 3 threes. We said that Bernie was going to have to shoot the threes better. They're doing that. They're doing a good job on the boards. They're defending like they always do. Dexter hasn't hit the threes. They've only hit one, but they haven't been open for any.
No, they haven't. They've been on Bernie's defense is just very, very stingy right now. Bernie will start the second half with the ball. Daniel Becking will inbound to Welch. Starling back in for the Bearcats. Curry with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it back to Welch.
Dexter zone's doing a good job of not letting Bernie penetrate it.
Well, they're doing a matchup right now is what they're playing. Welch, nice feed over to Owens, who has a ball blocked by Flanagan. Starling quickly down the floor, puts it up. Will not go.
And a foul,
have a foul on Jared Stevens, his second, the team's fourth. Bernie
Zach
will inbound
Curry
the ball.
had good position. There's
Yes, he did.
nothing Stevens could do but to go over him.
Flanagan's defense, his height and his arm span can become a problem for Bernie inside.
Yes.
Curry with a drive, puts it up for Mate, will not go. Rebounded by Drew Kelly of the Bearcats. Starling has it, working against Welch. He gets it into Flanagan. Flanagan against McGowan. Flanagan turn around, nice shot, will not go.
Squared up
Rebounded
well.
by Becking. Quickly down to Curry, bounced over the hand. He goes in, and he's going to be fouled. And he could be hurt,
Curry's
folks.
hurt. It's a hard foul.
6:59 to go in this second quarter. It's 23-11. The Mules on top. Curry is going to go line to shoot two if he can come in. If not, then Stevens will come in and shoot for him. They're probably going to take Curry out.
Hey, it looks like he's twisted an ankle or something.
Yep.
Coach Botch out to tend to him.
He's going to come out of the game. Stevens is going to come in and shoot that free throw for him. And it looks like he's saying that ankle, and he had that problem last year and had it worked on during the off season. Let's just hope that he's okay.
Yeah, didn't he miss a few weeks or
Yes, he did.
several games last year with the ankle problem? Quentin Stevens, a good man to come off the bench.
First free throw is good. That's the first free throw shot by either team. Second one up. Short. Rebounded by Bowman. It's at the Starling. Starling tried to hit Summers with it, but McGowan deflected it. We're going to have a walking call on Bowman. Another turnover.
I've seen more of those called in this tournament than I had in a long time. And,
Yes.
and the call's right. They make that little double step right when they're making a move.
Jake Welch penetrates, puts it up, will not go. Ball tipped around. Dexter comes away with it.
Ball
John
with
Welch on John Bowman by himself.
Bowman's on a breakaway, but the pass was a little bit behind me. He couldn't corral it, but Dexter has it out of bounds.
Jeremy Walker in for Jordan McGowan for the Mules. Or for the Mules.
Nice lob.
Oh, Flanagan. What a nice shot by Alan Flanagan.
Flanagan can do some damage underneath in this game.
Well, he's
6'3" sophomore.
Yeah, he's by far the tallest guy on the floor.
And he's strong.
Yes. Owens stalled about a three, pulls it back, gets it over to Stevens. Owens with the drive, and he's going to be fouled on the floor.
Foul.
Summers is going to be called for his first foul, team's sixth.
So
it's going to be the team's fifth, excuse me.
I think you're right first time. It was the sixth, and that'll be in the bonus after the next foul. Bernie only has 2 fouls.
Owens out to Welch. To Becking. Becking has the ball stripped by Starling. It goes to Kelly. Kelly hits Starling underneath. Starling cannot make it. Walker with the rebound. Jeremy Walker plays big for his size. Now I'm telling you, he does. Starling commits the foul, his second. Going to the line to shoot a 1-on-1 will be Jake Welch.
And that's another sequence that Dexter lost a couple of points on a breakaway that they just couldn't corral the pass or just couldn't make the layup. They've lost about 6 points that game, and it'd be a 5-point game instead of 11. Zach Curry's going to the dressing room. That's usually not a good sign.
No, free throw by Welch would not go. Dexter with the ball. Summers out front with it, goes down to the corner. Kicks it back to Kelly for 3. In and out. Welch with the rebound.
Good open look at it.
Yeah. Owens for 3. Will not go, but he's going to be fouled.
He's going to be shooting 3.
Foul's going to be on Gary Summers. His second. The line to shoot 3 will be Jake Owens. Owens has 5 in the game.
Now that play where Owens shot the ball, clearly the shot was away, and then the defensive player hit him. That's going to kind of a point of emphasis this year for officials, that the shot isn't over until the player quits the momentum, and that's been a point of emphasis, and that's why you'll see more of those calls than you had in the past.
Second one good. Eric Wyndham back in for the Bearcats, or Ryan Wyndham, excuse me. Eric was his brother, graduated last year. Owens perfect. He now has 8 in the first half. 27-13. Mules on top of 14 with 5:10 to go. Stoker with a ball for 3. Puts it up. Will not go. McGowan with a great defensive block out there. Gets the rebound. Brings it down the floor. This is something about the big sophomore. He can handle the ball. Everybody can handle the ball.
Handle the ball.
Stevens with the move.
They're a lot like Portageville in that a guy can play the post one sequence and be down and play the point the next.
Becking just keeps going after it and scores it. Daniel Becking, 6 points for the young man. 29-13. We've got timeout on the floor with 4:28 to go in the first half. Mules on top, 29-13. Well, First Community Bank in Bernie, where service to their customers is number 1. That's First Community Bank in Bernie, phone 293-5316. Also, Freed Auto Body and Glass Company, located at 110 South Walnut in Bernie. For all your auto body repairs or windshields, call Freed's Auto Body and Glass Company in Bernie at 5574, and also state representative was the 162nd district, Dr. Terry Swinger, says he hopes all teams have a tremendous 52nd Bloomfield Christmas tournament. Terry, this game, it's hard to even think that Bernie's without two starters and they're expanding the lead.
Yes.
That's how deep they are.
Well, that's how deep they are. We talk about interchangeable parts. They have guys, a lot of the guys in the 6', 6'2" range that can handle the ball, shoot three, and rebound. And they all defend. Everybody on their team defends.
Well, you play defense for Brad Botch, or you're not going to play.
Right.
You might as well come up here and announce the ball game.
Bernie's in his zone.
Yeah, it'd be anxious to see how Dexter does with Bowman. See if they can free him up on the outside. Bernie with another steal off their defense. Stevens quickly to Becking off his fingertips. Wyndham has it, but Jake Owen's going to be called for the reach foul there. Third team foul on the Mules. First foul on Jake Owens.
It's going to be important. These next 4 minutes are going to be very important for Dexter to try to get that lead, if possible, get it down to under double digits going into halftime.
They got Bowman over in the corner, and he's going to light it up from out there.
And he does.
John Bowman with his first three. He now has 5 in the game.
And when you got a guy that can shoot the three from that far out, that just stretches the defense and opens everything else up.
Stevens drives in, has a ball blocked by Bowman, but he's going to be called for the foul. Bowman's first foul. The line to shoot 2 will be Quentin Stevens. Stevens has 3 in the game. He's 1 for 2 from the line. First one good. Well, I see they found that air conditioner switch.
They found the switch. Warming up, getting it set for the ice capades.
Second one in and out. Wyndham with the rebound. He brings it down the floor. He gets it to Stoker. Stoker brings the ball out front. Owens working against him on defense. Bernie back to a man-to-man. They didn't stay in that zone long, did they?
No. No, one trip down and one three-pointer. That was all it took.
Stoker has it, gives it to Kelly. Kelly has the ball knocked out of his hands, but Bowman gets it. Oh, what a nice pass. What a pass to Wyndham by John Bowman. Wow. I tell you, folks, you're seeing some great passing in this game.
Sure are.
Man, that's what's
fun.
Fun.
There wasn't much of an opening there, but it was.
McGowan for a long three,
short.
30-18 with 2:53 to go. Dexter a chance to cut it to 10 or less.
Again, Dexter wants to be under double digits at halftime.
EMS group is looking at Zach Curry. Look like they're going to be wrapping that ankle. Stoker in the corner with it, bringing it out. Gets it to Wyndham. Wyndham working against Becking. Flanagan has it. Puts up a long three. Will not go. Rebounded by Welch. I tell you, the little guy gets so many rebounds because he's in position.
All right.
Jake Owens for 3, scores it. Jake Owens having another big game tonight. He has 6 in the quarter, 11 and a half.
And that was so big because the whole sequence there, the steal down here and the 3 was so big because Dexter was just getting back in the game.
They were. Now they've got another steal, the Bernie defense. 2 minutes to go. Welch behind the back, loses control. Wyndham ends up with it. Bowman has it. Over to Kelly. Kelly quickly down to Flanagan. Flanagan has to go off his hands. Kicks it out to Kelly for 3. He puts it up. Will not go. Rebounded to Welch. Minute 40 to go in this second period of play. 33-18. Mules on top by 15, but the game seems so much closer than that. Stoker working on Welch.
Well, it wasn't but half a minute ago that Dexter was trying to almost got it under double digits.
That's right. Stevens to McGowan. McGowan puts it up and in. He has 7.5. 35-17. Biggest lead for the Mules.
That was created by Stevens' penetration.
That's right. Look at that Bernie defense. I'm telling you, they're on them like ugly on ape. we've got a foul on Daniel Becking on a blocking call. That's Bernie's fourth. Dexter will inbound the ball from the sideline. Ethan Allen, Jeremy Walker checking in for the Mules. Becking and Welch going out. For the Bearcats, you have
Murphy, Gerald, and
Summers.
Or Stoker.
Well, Stoker's been in. Summers
Okay,
came
that's
back
right.
in,
You're
yes.
right. You're absolutely right.
Under a minute to go in this first half of play. We got a charge foul. McGowan picks up his second charge as Kelly drives
McGowan
in.
is having a game.
Last year, he got a lot of experience on that varsity team, Terry, and you know that. And he played some JV, but he played mostly varsity ball. And I tell you, just his experience and as his work ethic has brought him a long way.
Got a foul underneath. Looks like
Is that going to go against Ethan Allen, 24?
I believe so, yes.
Push off. 47 seconds to go. 35-18. Mules up by 17.
Again, it's going to be important for Dexter. They're not going to get under double digits, but just to do something to end this half on a high note, to feel better going into the locker room.
Summers has a ball. Kicks it out to Murphy. Murphy drives. Gets it off to Stoker. To Kelly. Kelly drives in, puts it up. Nice move.
Kelly's had a good first half.
Yes, he has. He has 6 points. Bernie on a breakaway. Owens can't connect. Ball off of Dexter. Bernie will control under their basket with 7.9 seconds, 35-20.
Those dressed in red in the crowd didn't agree with that one. The ones dressed in blue did.
Well, half and half. Stevens from the corner for three. He buries it. Quentin Stevens with his first three. And that's going to end the first half. The Bernie Mules 38. The Dexter Bearcats 20. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV. The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Well, it's halftime here at the 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Jim Carnell down there hollering at us. Young man from Brosley area. Good guy, used to race with us out the Speedway.
Yeah.
Want to tell you that this game right now, scoring-wise for the Bernie Mules, with 11 points is Jake Owens, 7 by Quentin Stevens, and also Jordan McGowan, 6 by Daniel Becking, 5 to Jake Welch, and 2 to Zach Curry. Free throw-wise, Bernie 5 for 8 3-pointers. They've hit how many, Terry?
I got them with 5 out of 7 3-pointers.
5 out of 7, folks. That's great shooting. Foul-wise, Jake Welch, Jake Owens, Ethan Allen, Zach Curry, and Daniel Becking all with 1. On the bench with the injured foot right now is Zach Curry.
He was walking around some.
Well, good.
Towards the end.
I hope the young man's okay.
He was walking. He didn't have his shoe on, but he was walking, testing his ankle or testing his foot.
For the Dexter Bearcats, Drew Kelly with 6, John Bowman with 5, 3 to Brandon Stoker, 2 each to Ryan Wyndham, Alan Flanagan, and Gary Summers. Dexter has not shot a free throw, and they have 2 threes, one by Stoker and one by John Bowman. So 38-20 right now at halftime. Terry, what do you see that Dexter's going to have to do?
Well, they're just going to have to convert on some of their chances. This is an 18-point game, but if you watch the game, it sure doesn't feel or look like an 18-point game. you'd think it would be a lot closer game than that, but because Dexter had opportunities and either just couldn't get the ball to fall or fumbled it or something would happen, and they didn't convert those opportunities. And they're going to have to convert the opportunities that they have. We said that Bernie was going to have to shoot better on threes than they had. They make 5 in the first half. They only made 5 in the first 2 games. Dexter, who'd been making, Bowman has 11 in the first 2 games. Dexter's 2 for 9 from the 3-point. So it's one of those things. You got an 18-point game, but watching the game, you don't think it's an 18-point game because if a few bounces go a little bit differently, the score's a lot closer.
It's exactly what I was thinking. A tip here, a tip there. I am just amazed at Bernie's defense, how they've stepped up without Smith. And they have stepped up. And now Curry has got that little injury. See if he's able to come back. And it seems like whoever they put in there is up for the task tonight.
But now Bernie's defense is going to have to be that good, and that type of defense is going to push. That's going to push the offense out because they don't have the big man to clog up the middle. So it's Bernie is executing and converting on the chances. Dexter isn't. That's the bottom line. Dexter's had the chances. And they've created the chances. They're doing well to create the chances, and they just haven't been able to finish them up.
Well, this first half, the referees have let them play because I don't remember either team being in a 1-on-1 situation. Bernie may have got to that situation.
Bernie got to it right towards the end. Welch missed the front end of one.
That's right. Did have him an 0 plus there. But all in all, this has been a well-played first half, both teams. Bernie is just quick. They are quick, and their aggressive defense, their stinginess by staying so close to the man that they're guarding is not allowing Dexter to even have an opportunity to shoot the 3-point play.
Yeah, and Dexter, if Bernie continues playing that type of defense, Dexter may have, and if they're going to try to shoot the threes, they're going to have to get somebody like Bowman and try to get him off of some screens to try to free him out and cut him loose to get open on the 3.
Well, that wraps it up for the first half, and we're going to be back in just a moment for our second half of play. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden. Well, we're set for second half play. Again, this game tonight brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Powell Supply, Thurston Auto Parts, First State Bank and Trust, Roy Owens Construction, MFA Morsoy Seed, and First Community Bank. Again, we want to thank those folks for making this game possible. I have not seen Zach Curry unless he came in while I was reading off who was
I haven't seen him
bringing this game tonight. It's not a good sign. The Bernie Mules with an 18-point lead with 16 minutes to go. Dexter just needs to chip away 1 point a minute.
Well, last night's game,
1 point, but
in yesterday's game, John Bowman scored 17 points in the third quarter. He hit 5 threes in the third quarter against Puxico. Here comes Zach Curry. Not exactly stepping out, is he?
I don't think it, unless they have to, I don't think he'll be coming in.
I don't think he'll be coming in, but he's going to be part of the team.
I like that. Well, Jake Smith stretched out on the bench with that cast on his.
Jake Smith has a cast on, and he's in uniform.
He's in uniform. He didn't shoot any layups or anything, but he's there for support.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm with you. Starling for Dexter. Dexter starts the third quarter with the ball. Starling has it. Hits underneath the Bowman. Bowman has the ball knocked out of his hands. Glad you folks have joined us on YHC-TV for high school basketball. Just underway. Oh, nice pass, but Starling to Wyndham. Wyndham with 4 in the game now. Welch tried to hit McGowan with a long pass. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Bearcats. Mules will inbound on their half of the court. Back court to Welch. Just underway, third quarter.
There's again on the matchup.
Stevens with a drive, and he's going to be fouled. He's going to get 2 shots. Stevens drove the baseline.
Foul's going to be on Bowman. It's second, I believe.
First free throw good. Stevens has 8 in the game. Second one up, scores it. Bernie back to their 18-point lead that they had at half. Starling working against Welch to Bowman. Stevens is on him. Bowman hits Flanagan, who hits a backdoor cut by Wyndham. Nice cut there and a nice pass.
It was a real nice pass, and they took advantage of Bernie's aggressiveness on defense by going the back door and making that cut.
Daniel Becking with his second foul, team's first of the second half. Wyndham's free throw will not go. Becking with the rebound.
Good pick by Starling.
Starling is quick now.
Starling's very quick.
He's got very quick hands, very quick feet. You'd like to have a handful of him, Welch, and that number 10 from Van Buren, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
McGowan for 3. Will not go. Ball tipped around. Welch is going to come away with it. And ball taken away with Starling. Starling's going to go down, puts it up. Will not go. Tipped up by Bowman.
It's going to be foul. It's going to be on Bowman. That's his
Foul's
third.
going to be on John Bowman. His third.
That's indicative of what's been happening to Dexter. He makes a good steal, doesn't, just can't convert the finish, and then their leading scorer commits a foul and commits his third foul. That's just kind of the way it's been going for Dexter. They've been getting themselves in position and just haven't been able to finish it up.
Stevens with it out front for the Mules, working against their matchup. McGowan has it. Has a ball knocked out of his hands by Flanagan, but he gets it back. Stevens for 3. Will not go. Rebounded to Starling. Starling quickly up the middle. He goes in, puts it up. Will not go. Rolls off of the rim. Out of bounds, but it will stay with the Bearcats.
It's just not rolling right. He makes a beautiful drive and a real nice move for a little finger roll and just can't get it to drop.
Starling for 3 from the corner. Will not go. McGowan with the rebound for the Mules. Down to 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Welch goes inside, has a ball knocked out of his hands, but Bernie gets it back. Stevens for 3. Will not go. Rebounded by Wyndham. Wyndham playing very strong tonight, Terry.
Sure is.
Bowman for a long 3. In and out. Becking with the rebound. To Stevens. He drives in, puts it up, and it's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Alan Flanagan. Flanagan's first, team's third. That's Flanagan's second. I knew I'd missed a foul somewhere in the first half, and I didn't know where it was. I know now. Stevens has 9 points in the game. Make that 10.
And those points coming off the bench.
Jeremy Walker in for Daniel Becking for the Mules. Also Jared Stevens in, along with Brandon Stoker for the Bearcats.
John Bowman takes the seat. Again, he has 3 fouls on him, so
Probably
don't want him to get his fourth before the fourth quarter.
Stoker with the ball on the wing. We're going to have a push foul here.
He's going to cool. The official's going to cool him down a little bit.
Foul's going to be on Walker. Is that correct?
Yes. He was pushing Stevens.
Murphy into the game for the Bearcats. Wyndham to inbound. Kelly for three. No good. Rebound by Owens. 42-24, 5:15 to go in this third period of play. Bernie up by their 18 that they were ahead at half. McGowan inside, has it blocked by Flanagan.
Good steal.
Stevens takes the ball away. Bearcats on the move. Kelly goes in, puts it up from 18, will not go. Rebounded by McGowan. Dexter cold right now. They're getting a good look at it, Terry.
And this is not a good time to be cold.
No, especially if you're getting a look at it. And
right.
They are.
Yeah, they're getting good looks. They're executing until the final, until the time is to roll it in.
Oh, nice pass by Stevens to Walker, who converts his first two of the night. But a great assist by Stevens.
And for a 5'9" guy to score that was a good finish.
Yes. Well, Walker plays big for his size.
He plays big. He's 5'9", but he plays underneath. I noticed that in yesterday's game.
He's guarding Flanagan. He's giving away a good 5 inches. Backdoor cut, ball stolen away by Welch, who has the ball stripped out by Murphy. Murphy puts it up, will not go. Rebound by Welch.
Again, Welch got himself in good position. And
Welch drives in, puts it up, will not go. Ball rolls around, Murphy comes away with it. He's going down the floor. He's going to take it the length of the floor. Ball knocked out of bounds by Quentin Stevens of the Mules. Dexter will control. Throw in under their basket. Kelly out. Summers in. McGowan out. Owens out. In is Becking and
Allen.
Who?
Ethan Allen.
Ethan Allen. Okay. We've got timeout on the floor of this game tonight, brought to you by Powell Supply, located at 1118 Nina Street in Dexter. It is the place for all your electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. Call 624-7441. It's Powell Supply in Dexter. Thurston Auto Parts, located at 416 West Business 60 in Dexter, says, we sell parts, we give service. Phone 624-3474. It's Thurston Auto Parts in Dexter. Terry, we played just a little over half of the quarter, and Bernie has extended that lead now to 20 points.
Yeah, Dexter needed to come out and do something early in the third quarter to give themselves some confidence to know that that they're still in the game. They're not out of the game, but they just still have not had the ability to finish.
They need to make a run.
They need to make a run. They're well capable of doing it because they've been executing well enough to do it. They just haven't finished.
Murphy with the ball, working against a zone. Dexter in a zone, or Bernie in a zone.
Lots of teams will do that off the inbounds.
Oh, yes. Now Bernie goes back to a man-to-man now that Dexter set their offense.
Yep.
Backdoor cut. Summers a good save that time on the pass by Wyndham. Stoker working against Stevens. He's going to drive. Oh, nice pass to Murphy.
Nice.
Good assist there.
That's what Dexter needs to do.
44-26. Didn't use a lot of time, but yet came away with points. That's what they've got to do.
They got the good shot. Timeout for Bernie.
Timeout Bernie. It looked like they were going to get one of those 5-second calls. This game tonight brought to you by First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. They support our high school athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, teachers, administrators, and fans. Have a great 52nd Bloomfield Christmas tournament. That's First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. Also, this game tonight brought to you by Freed Auto Body and Glass Company. They're located at 110 South Walnut in Bernie. For all your auto body repair or windshields, call Freed Auto Body and Glass Company in Bernie at 293-5574. Terry, I still think we're going to see.
We're going to see it. Dexter's got a run in him. Bowman's back on the court. I'm sure they're going to try to free him up for some threes. And it's certainly time to get him back in. They're down by 18 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. But I think Dexter's got a run in him. Welch is on the bench getting a rest.
A well-deserved blow, you might add.
Yes.
Owens working against Stoker. I want to tell you one thing about Dexter. Now, they're getting after it. They're not backing off.
Oh.
Oh, McGowan for three, a long three there. He now has 10 in a game, a sophomore. Murphy for three, short, rebounded on the floor by Becking, gets it to Owens. Jake Owens handling the ball, gets it to McGowan. McGowan working against Murphy. He thought about a three, did a little fake there. Still with the ball. Out front, he's going to drive. Has the ball knocked out of his hands, but Allen is there to pick it up. Allen working against Summers.
Good defense. Good defensive sequence by Dexter.
Good defense, but the clock's working against them.
It sure is.
Good takeaway that time by Stoker. Bowman back in the game, has the ball stripped and knocked out of bounds off of his knee. Bernie will control under their basket. Welch and Stevens back in. Allen and Walker out for the Mules. Murphy out for Dexter. Back in is Allen Flanagan. 47-26, 1:45 to go in this third period of play. They're going to try to get Welch to work it one-on-one with a pick and roll. He still has it, drives in, scoops it, does it. Jake Welch with his 7th point. What they did, they cleared out that one side except for McGowan. McGowan's going to pick for him.
One pick is all he needed.
Yep. We got the third charge foul picked up by Jordan McGowan. Foul is going to be on Drew Kelly. It's going to be his second. Team's fourth. Allen in for McGowan.
McGowan takes a well-deserved rest.
That's his third charge foul he's picked up. What great defense by the young sophomore. Flanagan out for the Dexter Bearcats. Back in is Jared Stevens.
A little moisture on the court.
While they're cleaning that up, First Community Bank in Bernie, where service to their customers is number one. That's First Community Bank in Bernie. Phone 293-5316. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go in the third period. Welch with the ball.
Bernie spreading the floor.
Well, we're going to have steps that time on Stevens. He was trying to get a little momentum going that time.
Yeah, he saw an opening. He saw an opening down the lane and took off for it a little bit quick.
Well, I think Bernie has opened some eyes tonight. They have come out of their shell, and I know Coach Botch, and I know the game's not over. What a nice pass that time by John Bowman to Stevens. But they have played hard without two of their mainstays. Becking to Owens. We're under a minute to go. Owens going to drive the lane, gives it over to Allen, who loses it. We're going to have a jump ball. The ball will stay with Bernie on the alternate possession with 37 seconds to go in the third period. Becking with the ball, puts it up, will not go. Summers comes away with the rebound for the Bearcats. He's looking for someone to throw to, but decides to take it down himself. Kelly moves inside, puts it up, will not go. Rebound by Welch. Another rebound by the 5'9" junior. Ball knocked out of bounds by John Bowman with 20.3 seconds to go. 49-28, Mules on top of the Bearcats by 21.
Let's see if Bernie holds it for the last shot. The way they're spreading the court, it looks like they will. "10 seconds, they'll get in their offense."
Stevens is going to have to go with it, and he is.
He loses it.
Oh, what a
nice
pass to Becking. Becking going to score the last points of the quarter. He now has 8.
Now, if that last play doesn't tell the whole story of this game, I don't know what does. Dexter's been having trouble converting those types of plays, and they've executed and not been able to finish the layup. Bernie, little fumble on the play. He ends up making a beautiful pass for a layup underneath, and Bernie gets 2 and extends their lead to 23.
Hey. Well, we've got timeout on the floor. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV. Well, the fourth and final quarter getting ready to start. Bernie Mules up by 23 in what I think is a surprise.
I think it's a surprise that they're up by this much. But if anybody had any question about Bernie deserving the number 1 seed, I think that question's been answered.
Dexter starts the final period with the ball. John Welch has the ball John Bowman. Why did I say John Welch? John Bowman has a ball go off his hands out of bounds.
They're wanting to do something quick to start the fourth quarter and just tried to move before he had the ball. And when things are going bad, that's what happens.
Yes. McGowan with the ball to Welch, to Stevens. Stevens going to drive, stops, puts it up from 6, will not go. Starling goes high, picks up the ball.
Very good rebound and very good
Gets
lead
it to
pass.
Summers, good catch, but Summers puts it up, will not go. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Ethan Allen. Good defense there by the Bearcats after the rebound and to slap it off of
Good defense
Allen.
by Welch to stop that
Boy,
layup.
it was.
There's
Three-pointer by Kelly.
That's the first 3 that I have for Dexter this half.
You're right. 51-31 with 7:05 to go in this game. We're going to have a reach foul that time by Starling, his 3rd. The team's 5th of the half. Becking and Owens in for Allen and Stevens. Coach Botch is substituting his players freely.
And again, that pays dividends. And for Bernie, it's paying dividends now with two of the regular players sitting on the bench.
Yes. Not only does it pay dividends that they can, we're going to have a push foul on Drew Kelly, number 3. It's going to be his 3rd, team 6. Next foul by Dexter will put Bernie in the bonus. The thing that it pays big dividends, not only for the rest for the guys, everybody's in the flow of the game. So when they come, they've been in the game. They know what to expect. They just don't come in like, okay, what do I need to do? What I need to do? They're already used to.
They're used to playing.
Right.
They're used to playing when the game's on the line.
Bernie in no hurry. They're working their offense. They're up by 20 with 6:20 to go. Welch drives in the center, behind the back pass, taken away.
A little slick there.
Summers gets it to Bowman for 3. He eyes it. Short. Ball tipped out. Bowman gets his own rebound. Stops and puts it up right-handed. Won't go. Flanagan with the rebound. We're going to have a foul on Walker. Jeremy Walker, his 2nd foul, the team's 3rd of the half. 6:06 to go.
Yeah, 6'3" over 5'9" worked that time.
We've got a timeout on the floor. With 6:06 to go, the Mules 51, Bearcats 31. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV. This game tonight also brought to you by the 162nd State Representative, Dr. Terry Swinger. Says best of luck to all teams in the 52nd Annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Terry, I keep waiting on Dexter to make that run.
I am too.
And as you said, the ball's not going their way, but a lot of defense by Bernie has a lot to do with that.
It has a whole lot to do with it. And when it starts, when the ball starts not rolling in, I don't know. I know I didn't say that right.
Rolling in? You mean going in?
Not going. Somehow there's a full sentence in all those words, just not in that sequence. But you just don't have the confidence, and your muscles aren't relaxed when you're trying to perform, and it just snowballs.
Dexter will inbound under their own basket. Kelly to inbound for the Bearcats. Gets the ball to Bowman. Swings it over to Starling. Starling to Summers. Starling gets it into Flanagan. Flanagan with a turnaround shot. Will not go. Rebounded by McGowan. Look at the blockouts.
And look at the blockouts. McGowan had a nice look that time. He squared up well.
Flanagan?
Flanagan, had a nice look at it that time. It just can't get it to fall.
Yeah, they're not throwing it up there. They're shooting it up there.
No, they're getting good looks.
Yes.
It's just not going.
It's just not going their way. Ball taken away by the Bearcats. Quickly down the floor, and Kelly ends up with it. Gets Flanagan underneath. He puts it up, scores it. He'll go to the line to try to convert the three-point play. Alan Flanagan with his 4th point of the night. Foul that time is going to be on Jake Owens, his 2nd, the team's 4th of the half. Flanagan, a 6'3" sophomore, still growing. Free throw will not go. Becking with the rebound. Welch will set the offense for the Mules.
Bernie's not going to be in any hurry.
No. They're back to the original 18-point lead that they had a half. Hit Becking underneath, puts it in. Assist by Welch.
Jake Welch created that.
Becking now with 10. He's filling in very well for the injured Jake Smith. Alan Flanagan for 3, scores it. That's the thing that this young man can do. He is a great outside shooter, but because of his height, he plays inside. But when he comes out, don't back off of him.
But that's one of the first open threes that Dexter's really had.
But I think the reason that was is his man thought, well, he's been playing underneath.
Right.
What's he going to do out there? Oh, he's going to put it through, huh? There's McGowan for 3, has it blocked. Flanagan blocked it.
And
Becking saves it back. Bernie keeps the ball with 4:30 to go in this game. Ball tipped out by Bowman. Bowman's going to save it. Bowman for a long 3, will not go. Kelly with a throwback, and Welch takes it. 4:15 to go in this game.
Wanting them to
Welch going to drive, puts it up, will not go. Stevens with a tip, can't get it to go, and the foul is going to be on Drew Kelly, his 4th. Nick Murphy checking in for John Bowman for the Bearcats. Jeremy Walker in for Daniel Becking. Foul at time again, number 4 on Drew Kelly. To the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Quentin Stevens. Stevens now has 12 in the game. Bernie up by 18. Second one good. Four minutes to go in this game. Kelly with the drive and tried to hit Flanagan too hard, out of bounds, turnover to the Mules. Frustration setting in on the Bearcats.
Very much. You've seen it the last couple of times down the court and on the defensive end too.
Look at those quick hands. Owens had it.
Welch controls the ball so well and moves so well when he has the ball in his hands.
Yep. Going to have a reach foul by Drew Kelly. That's going to be his 5th. Kelly with 9 points in this game. Very vital part to the offense for
the
Dexter Bearcats. Owens out for the Mules. In for him is Jeremy Walker. Walker, I tell you, plays some very valuable minutes for that Bernie team. Stevens free throw up,
especially with Jake Smith out of action. He fills in well underneath.
This is a 12th free throw attempt by Stevens. He's 10 for 12. And he has 15 points. Free throws are important.
There's a pick.
Stevens with a steal. Welch gets it down to Stevens.
Nice.
What a pass. And he puts it in.
Nice.
What a play. Oh, my.
I think that might be the icing to this cake.
You what?
That's the icing to this
Oh.
cake, I think. You put the candle on with that one.
Flanagan drives in, and we're going to have a foul. He's going to score it. Alan Flanagan with 7 in the quarter, 9 in the game. He'll go to the line to try to convert on the three-point play. Foul is on Jeremy Walker, his third, team's fifth. Walker out, Owens back in. Jeremy Walker, a very valuable player to the Mules off the bench. Plays big to beat 5'9".
He's 5'9" and plays along the baseline.
Flanagan's free throw's good. He now has 10. Flanagan out.
Gerald in.
Gerald in for him. We have another timeout. I'm going to tell you about Brad Botch and his stomping his foot on the floor. There's a reason behind that.
I just thought maybe you watched a bunch of Twin Rivers girls games.
No.
Coach Walk.
I'll tell you about it when we have a break here because his mother's told me about this story. 3 minutes to go. Welch has the ball, working against Stoker. Gets it to Stevens. 59-39. Mules up by 20. They're in no hurry.
Yeah, they're spreading it out.
Or some hand checking by offense and defense going on in there. How are you doing?
Welch moves in, moves out, breaks the 5 second.
Bernie's going to keep the ball.
Again, every bounce is going to Bernie.
Yep, you're right. But, you know, a lot of that's just pure OD hustle. We're going to have a foul on number 23, Murphy. His first.
You know, this is just one of those. Well, it's one of those situations. You may be getting all the breaks just because they're making their breaks. Looks like a technical's been called on Murphy.
$59-39, and Stevens to the line.
Just some frustration on the Dexter.
Yes.
On the Dexter part.
He's to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah,
or the 2 technicals, whichever way you want to look at it. And then he's going to shoot 2 more, or somebody's going to shoot 2 more. It's a 1-and-1, excuse me. Well, no, it should be 2.
It should be 2. There's
10 fouls. Won't make any difference. He's going to get to that next one.
But and we've been talking that Bernie's been getting the breaks and everything. And I don't want anybody to think that we're thinking Bernie's getting lucky.
No.
Because they're not. They're creating they create the breaks because of the way they play and how well they play. You know, when you're good, you create your own breaks. And this is a good basketball team.
Well, if you take your girlfriend to the county fair and you're not a good free throw shooter, get a hold of Quentin Stevens or Jake Owens and pay them a little money to win you a teddy bear.
Yeah,
to give to them.
If you want the big bear, get one of those guys. If you want the Cupid doll, take me.
I do better at the the rubber duck deal.
Yeah, the only thing I can get is the Chinese handcuffs or something.
Owens drives in, puts it up. We're going to have a foul on the Bearcats with 2:11 to go. The Mules up 63-39. Foul's going to be on number 21, Alan Flanagan, his third. The line to shoot 2 will be Jake Owens. Owens has 11 in the game, all coming in the first half. His free throw up is good. Now has a dozen. Second one up, scores it. 65-39, 2:05 to go in the game. Stoker to Wyndham. To Summers. Summers from 12. Will not go. Welch with the rebound.
He's where he's supposed to be.
I tell you, rebounds, assists, points, steals, you name it, he's got it. He's just all around, isn't he?
Yes, and he makes his teammates better.
Becking with the drive, puts it up, scores it. Daniel Becking with a big game tonight. He has 4 1/4, 12 in a game. Taken
Another
away by
steal
Welch.
Another steal by Welch. In no hurry now.
Becking with the ball. We're down to a minute 10 to go. Owens has it. He's going to be fouled. Jake Owens going to the line. He has 13 in the game. Foul is going to be on Ryan Wyndham, his second. Owens' first miss from the free throw line tonight. And I didn't say anything before he shot it, okay?
You did not.
Jeremy Walker in for Jordan McGowan. McGowan gets a big hand from the group in blue. Second one up, scores it. Ethan Allen in for Jake Owens. Big hand for that young man.
Well-deserved hand for Jake Owens.
14 points. Not only did he have 14 points, he played some tough defense on John Bowman at the first of the game. I had a coach in high school, Terry, that said, and you had Coach Gibbs, which is one of the toughest defensive coaches ever in this part of the country. I had a coach that said the defense is set in the first 3 minutes of the game. If you get after your man for 3 minutes, you've got him beat. Nice pass that time, too. Jared Stevens scores his fourth point. 68-41. The Mules are going to go on to play in a championship game. They'll either play Twin Rivers or Portageville. That game coming up after this. Boy, they're feeding Becking.
Well, yeah, they're penetrating the defense, and that's leading that baseline open.
Yes. Stoker with a runner, will not go. Becking with a rebound, gets it to Welch.
That'll be it.
Down to 10 seconds. (68-41). The Mules go to the championship game. We've got one of the Mules.
I think there's bragging rights in Stoddard County now.
Wow.
Great atmosphere.
We saw a good ball game.
We saw a good ball game. I know it's a 27-point game, but it is a good ball game.
Oh, that's a good ball game.
One thing I'd like to point out. First game, Dexter scored 75. Second game, 74. This game, 41.
Well,
Bernie plays some defense.
Bernie plays defense, folks, and I guarantee you one thing. If you're going to play Bernie, you better bring a towel because you're going to work up a lather.
You are.
And you're going to need to take a shower before you get on the bus. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with the recap of this game in just a moment. You're watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
The next time you need a metal building, call Roy Owens Construction at 276-3871. Roy Owens Construction has years of experience in metal buildings. Roy Owens Construction is located on Highway 25 North in Malden. Stop by their office today to make your plans for your next metal building. That is Roy Owens Construction Company in Malden. Well, to recap this game for the Bernie Mules, victorious Bernie Mules, who now will play in the championship, the 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Point-wise, Quentin Stevens with 21, 14 to Jake Owens, 12 to Daniel Becking, 10 to Jordan McGowan, 7 points to Jake Welch. Probably the only thing that he did in single figures. Everything else, steals, rebounds, and assists, double figures, and 2 to Jeremy Walker. Free throw-wise, Bernie shot 24. They were 20 for 24. Folks, if you don't think free throws won't win a ball game, and you shoot that many free throws, you hit that good a percentage, that'll put you up there all the time. Three-pointers, how many did they make?
They had 6. I have them 6 out of 11, which is
better
pretty good
50%,
shooting.
yeah. for the Dexter Bearcats, who will now play in the third place game of the 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. This is way ahead to scoring. Alan Flanagan with 10, 9 to Drew Kelly, 6 to Ryan Wyndham, 5 to John Bowman, 4 to Jared Stevens, 3 to Brandon Stoker, and 2 to Gary Summers. Dexter shoots 3 free throws all night, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Great defense by the Bernie Mules. All you can say is, as you look at John Bowman, what he's done in the first 2 games, and in this game, kept to only 5 points. He had one. He had one three.
Yeah, he scores 39 points total in the first 2 games with 11 threes, and he has 1 3 and 5 points in this one. And he didn't have any looks. I mean, it wasn't like he was just missing his shots. He may have had 3 decent shots at the 3 just because of Bernie's defense. 41 points that Bernie gave up. That's the most points they've given up in this tournament. That's a defensive team.
Yes,
and
it is.
That's a good defensive team. Whoever gets them tomorrow night is going to have their hands full.
Let's hope Zach Curry's foot or ankle is able to let him play tomorrow at full speed, or just being able to play. Let's hope he's not injured, because he has hurt that ankle last year. Let me tell you something about Brad Botch, and you folks that can hear that slapping of the foot, or you go to a ball game and think that, why didn't he holler at the guys? He had some vocal problems and had to have an operation on his throat, and they tell him not to yell. So he has gone to stomping his foot. That is a true story. His mother told me that. Myra Weeks told me that. And because I said, boy, that just burns my foot. And he says, well, he has learned to do that and not hurt his foot because he can't hurt his vocal cords.
Well, I know Coach Walk, the women's coach, well, he's now the ladies' coach at Three Rivers.
Right.
He does a lot of shoe leather, too. He wears it out, but I hadn't heard that. But it's effective. Whatever he does, he's effective.
Well, folks, we have just enjoyed bringing you this game. I still say we've seen a barn burner, a dandy.
Oh, it was a good game.
Great game. I love the intensity by both teams. I mean, they got after each other. They both wanted that game. That's no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Bernie wanted Dexter, and Dexter wanted Bernie. And when they play a regular scheduled game, you better get to Bernie quick, or get there early this year. That's where they're playing. And a good possibility they're going to meet right here in the Stoddard County tournament the last week of January. So some good basketball. It's fun to watch, and we're just glad that we're able to bring it again. We can't say enough thanks to the Bloomfield schools for allowing White Sea to come in here to bring you this 52nd Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. For Terry McVeigh, I'm Bill Hampton. Kim Stokes on camera. Again, high school basketball, if you enjoy watching it, you see it on White Sea TV. Until next time, put those seatbelts on. We want to see you at a game in the near future. And don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, look forward to tomorrow.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare, located in Dexter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Flanagan with Edward Jones Investments, and I'm joined by Rob Nichols, head basketball coach of the Dexter Bearcats, and just coming off of a 68-41 loss to Bernie here in the third day of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Coach, we were talking a little bit off camera about Bernie kind of playing with a lot of intensity and kind of making you do some things maybe you didn't want to do.
Right. Well, they jumped on us, I think, 8-0 right at the start, and then we were rattled. We took terrible shots. They had a lot to do with that, but we got to take better shots, or that lead's just going to snowball, and that's what happened. Yeah.
Defensively, I thought they set the tone right away. They were pushing and shoving. Very, very physical man-to-man defense, and really kind of got you out of your game plan.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think that physicality is something we hadn't seen early in the season, so I was a little bit surprised we were rattled. But, but at the same time, they sped us up, and it all boiled down to they forced us to take bad shots, and when you take bad shots and get frustrated, your defense is going to suffer, and that's what happened early.
Yeah, and first half. The first half, what I had written down was that it was all Bernie, that they played great defense, made Dexter play fast and reckless. Dexter was content to fire away from three-point land, and Bernie's physical defense has Dexter completely out of their offense.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't establish an offense one time. Our kids, we got down, and I feel like each one of them thinks, well, they're going to get it back themselves instead of doing it as a unit. And, you know, shot selection gets you beat by good basketball teams, and, you know, that beat us, their defense and our poor shot selection.
And then on the other side, I don't know what Bernie shot in the first half, but boy, it was a great percentage. I mean, I know through talking to some of the other coaches, they have not been shooting the ball all that well. Boy, they sure did tonight.
Right. I mean, I don't know if we'd have beat. If we'd have played well, we might not have beat them tonight. They shot the ball great, and you know, they like to beat Dexter. They're going to come out and they're going to give it their best game. And if there's a game they're going to come out of their shooting slump, it's probably going to be against us.
Yeah. Now. You're going to get the loser between the game that's going on right now, Portageville and Twin Rivers. Any preference of who you'd like to play?
Well, you're going to get a lot of the same. Portageville's a little quicker. I'd say they're both very strong, very physical defensively. Twin Rivers got a little more size, I think, but you know, trade one for the other. Speed, quickness, and strength, or do you want size and strength? You know, you're going to struggle with either one of them. We're going to have to play a much better game, or it's going to be more of the same.
You know, going back to Bernie just a little bit, we probably face them 2 more times in the year. You know, we've got a regular season game at Bernie, and then, you know, if things go the way they should, we'll probably meet them in the Stoddard County tournament also. I know it's hard to say, but do you? I mean, you can't anticipate the same kind of game.
We'd hope not. We've got a long way to go to. I don't know if the crowd spooks us or what happens, but we don't handle the ball very well right now. We play too fast, and we don't do what we do in practice. We've got to do a better job of that, or you know, the result may be the same.
Yeah, I was telling Kim off camera that what a great game to learn a little bit about composure.
Yeah, we completely lost our composure, especially in the second half. We completely lost our heads. We had kids arguing with each other, and you know, good teams don't do that. You know, Bernie's. You know, they're not any older than we are from a grade level standpoint, but they have a little more experience playing in this tournament and playing varsity basketball. We just got to do a better job. We didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, you know, this is a tough loss, but the thing about tournaments is you got a game tomorrow. And, you know, if 2 weeks ago somebody would have said, hey, you're going to be playing for 3rd place, and, you know, if you're able to win that game and walk out of here with 3rd place, I think 2 weeks ago you'd have said, hey, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, we might have been satisfied 2 weeks ago, but you get to this point and you're a little bit disappointed, especially when you just get totally beat like we did tonight. We didn't play very well, and they played well, and they had a lot to do with our problems.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you coming by.
Right,
thanks a lot. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, and Missouri State Representative Rob Mayer of the 25th District, and Missouri Southern Healthcare, located in Dexter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Flanagan with Edward Jones Investments, and I'm post-game with Brad Botch, the head basketball coach of the Bernie Mules. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
They just defeated Dexter 68-41 in on the 3rd day of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Coach, you know, here it is a few minutes after the game, you know, and you really dismantled Dexter. Was this in any way the way you thought the game would go?
Actually, no. I mean, I thought, you know, I thought coming in that this was going to be pretty tight, and you know, I thought our kids got after it defensively, and you know, kind of took Dexter out what they wanted to do on offense.
Yeah, you know, that was my next comment. I really felt like Bernie's defense just really took Dexter completely out of their offensive sets.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we take so much pride in, and told the kids, you know, way back in the summertime, and of course we preached it last year. We weren't a real good defensive team last year, and we knew if we wanted to get better and wanted to be a better team, we're going to have to improve in that area. And I thought these guys tonight really just showed a lot of pride, and that's something we wear on our shooting shirts. And in fact, they'd had those taken away from them for 2 games because of the fact of the Bell City game, we didn't show any pride. We said we're not going to wear it unless we mean it.
You know, Dexter plays in the SEMO conference, and you know, we play some pretty physical teams in that conference. Sykeston won, New Madrid 2, Charleston. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the defense that you applied tonight was every bit as physical and aggressive as any of those 3 teams.
Well, I haven't seen any of those other teams play, but I told the kids coming in that these guys were not going to be in any way intimidated by our intensity on the defensive end. They've seen it. They played against Charleston and Sykeston and some of these other teams that are, big SEMO conference teams and have, winning tradition, and they're going to be used to it. But nonetheless, we got to do the best we can and hope our effort is good enough to get the job done.
Well, I'd say your effort was good enough to get the job done.
I was really, really proud of them. I told them after the game, I don't know that I've ever been so proud of a group of kids just because of the adversity that we've gone through with the injuries here of late, with two, players that play a lot, and I'm just so proud of those guys. And we're not done yet, but I'm really proud of those kids tonight. They played their guts out.
And as you should be, because you played essentially the majority of that game without two of your best players.
Yeah, I mean, we go about 8 deep, and all those guys are pretty comparable. They have different strengths and weaknesses and things, and they all do a good job, and they're all meaningful to the team, and they all have their roles. But those guys are two guys that have worked a lot at basketball, and they've shed a lot of tears. Curry was crying his eyes out, and Jake Smith's probably cried a bathtub full of tears in the past day just because he wanted to be here so bad.
Yeah, and I mentioned to you the other day that even as a Dexter fan, I just hated to see Jake Smith go down because I know, number one, he's a nice kid. Number two, I know he's worked extremely hard. The only good thing about that is he's just a junior. He's got another year to come back and play.
Yeah, doctor gave him 4 to 6 weeks, and status right now is day-to-day on Curry. We'll see how he is tomorrow, but it doesn't look good. He's got some sort of Achilles injury, and we'll just have to see how he is. But nonetheless, these guys just rose up, and I can't say enough about the guts. And we preach mental toughness to our kids. We are hard on them. We are positive with them a lot. We praise them for good play, but also when there's mistakes made or they're not working hard, we're going to let them know. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for them. That's just not the type of coach I am. And I think what that does in turn is when you get in situations where you have adversity hit you, I think those kids will respond in the correct way because they know they've been put through the ringer. They know they've seen this in practice. They know they've been gotten on tough, and they've got to find a way to get the job done. Or otherwise you just fold the tent and say, well, we can't do it. We get beat.
Well, tomorrow night you play for the championship. You're the number 1 seed, and you'll play either Portageville or Twin Rivers. And I'm telling you, if you play the way you did tonight, you'll dismantle them too.
Well, I don't know about that, but I hope we have another great effort.